All right, we are out here at the Vail Lionshead uphill race. They added an extra 0.35 miles because there's not enough snow at the top. Here comes Sister Annika. Her boyfriend Brandon is well on the way. Daddy Dave is here somewhere. We gotta find him, but we are about to run this race because we ran a race on the day of the NFC Championship and the Seahawks won. And now is the day of the Super Bowl and the Seahawks will win again. I'm in my Richard Sherman jersey and defense is what we're gonna play.
I have a blister.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Where's Dave?
Here we go. Let's rock it. There's Dave. We're locked and loaded. The race is about to start.
4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great
Woo!
We'll see you at the top.
Wow, look at them go. Look at all those chickens.
Way to go, Dan. Way to go, everybody.
Here we are.
Great race. Have fun. Thanks for being out here.
Oh man, we're already having to weave. Pacing is everything, but this is where you make or break your race, maybe. We got striders, we got gliders, and now it's time to settle into a good pace. Oh yeah. Look at that. Mellies are running immediately stripped down to nothing but my Budweiser Saks underwear. And boom. Now the real race begins. The party to the top. Alrighty. Let it begin. Here we go, starting the time lapse. Off to my left, you see Brandon in the green sweatshirt absolutely take off, and I was not going to try and keep pace with him. That man bikes over 100 miles a day, but here we are coming into the first major hill. You could see the group completely spread out up and down the slope. There were some people that were absolutely sprinting up this mountain. I think the best time of the day ended up being in the 30 to 40 minute range. I think it was in the high 30s, but this first hill, I knew it was going to be really, really steep because my buddy Dave told me that the start of Lionshead is just immensely steep. And you can actually see somebody sidestepping over on the left there because it was so steep and their skins could not get grip and traction. But this is where your endurance and your pacing is really going to start to pay off because everybody sprints out of the gate and then the hills really start to, catch up to you and beat you down. But that was not the plan for us today. So we're just keeping pace with everybody. We're trying to chisel past some people. This guy off to my left was another really good skier that we could really keep pace with. And, we were neck and neck through a lot of these really, really steep hills. But then this couple off my right was really a good pacing group that I tried to get past. We were all squeezing each other as we're traveling up the left side of the slope, but we had a really good battle through hills 3 and 4. But I do eventually end up catching up to him, and me and my other buddy were, chiseling back and forth. I transition here. A couple catches back up, but eventually this really, really steep hill here. This is hill number 4, and this was an absolute menace. And this is what separated, the well-conditioned from the semi-conditioned. And I was able to catch up, get past here, but man, it was so steep. I mean, over 45 degrees to the point where my skins were struggling to keep traction. So I really had to stay over the center, over the top of my skis. But I was able to get up here, get through this portion. Now, this last little hill here, this is a really weird angle. It's not super steep, but it is angled off to the right, which makes it really tough for touring because you're just kind of at a cattywampus angle. So I actually start to break away from the group here. as we get through this transitionary point. This guy in orange, I had him beat for a second, and then he just took off. He had such good speed. But yeah, I started to break away from the group here to get a bit of a flatter angle of approach to hopefully use less energy going into kind of the final stint of this race. But now we're going to hit you with a little midway race update.
Midway race update. Actually, I think we're well over midway. Almost to the top. We're probably in the middle of the group. Been passed by some people. And we passed some people, but it's going well. Haven't rested other than to flip my skis, but I think we're doing all right. Then we're getting to the last couple of hills. We're getting to the part where I think they added the extra 0.3 of a mile. So back to the time lapse, and I'll see you at the top.
And we are back in the final phase of this time lapse. So as I said, these two runners were going to be my main side-by-side competition through the back half of this race. But this was where we really added that 0.35 miles. So we had a little side route out and around. But as you can see, the sun's coming up. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the hills are no longer as steep. So you can really add some pace through this part of the race. You know, you're tired because you're all blown out.
Does that mean we're close?
A little close?
Real close.
Real close. Yay!
This guy came down with the cowbell, says we're close. Not quite the case. So we just had to keep on chiseling up this section of the hill. I mean, she's running, her friend is running. I'm trying to keep pace with them, but we are just running up this hill because we think, oh, we're super close. But it turns out we were not as close as we originally thought. So we just kept on chiseling our way up the hill, and then you start to see the cabins, start to see the different, buildings, and then there were people that had walked back that had already finished to support their friends and different people that were coming up the mountain. And so we started moving.
Oh yeah, keeps going.
We're hustling. The women are sprinting. I'm trying to sprint with them, trying to keep pace but not blow myself out. And then I will let you just enjoy the ending of this race, which is, a final sprint to the finish line. So, a couple of closing shots here, but a really, really good race overall.
Go Hawks! Go Hawks! Brandon! You legend! Oh shit. Brandon, dude, you crushed it. You're such a legend. I saw you take off at the start. You have a nosebleed?
I had one last night.
You legend. Sisters!
I'm actually on my second lap.
Second lap. Look at her go.
8:24.
Look at her go. Vail in the background. Blood in her lungs. She's going for it. She's on the skate. Oh, she almost crossed her skis. She's so tired. She's unstoppable. 963, 855. And Chris. Annika! Yeah, buddy. You did it.
That was hard.
963. Everyone in the group made it. 2.3 miles, over 2,200 vertical feet. We did it.
That was like all vertical in the first 1 mile.
It was all vertical. We must have 1,500 vertical feet in the first mile.
Like the whole second half was really
It was straight.
manageable.
How you
Yeah.
I heard
All right. We did it.
a little longer than I remember. Yeah.
Sprint finish at the end to beat one of the runners. Couldn't beat Ollie here. Tyson and Ollie were squaring off, but
Good job.
he stung me like a butterfly.
Yeah, good work.
Woo! Brandon absolutely nailed it. We made it though. All the way to the top. I have no idea what time we took. Figure that out later.
I found it less mentally taxing than Arrowhead. I think that's maybe just because the second half was like, or the second